The FIFA World Cup is the biggest sporting event on Earth. Billions of people will watch, nations will stop, legends will be made, and in 2026, the tournament is going to be bigger than ever before. For the first time in history, 48 teams will compete across 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But only one nation will lift the trophy. The question is, who? Will Argentina shock the world and go back-to-back? Can France finally build a football dynasty? Will England's golden generation finally end decades of heartbreak? Or could a dark horse emerge and change football history forever? Today, we're breaking down the favorites, the underdogs, and the statistics to answer one question. Who's going to win the FIFA World Cup 2026? And the answer might surprise you. The 2026 World Cup isn't just another tournament, it's the largest World Cup ever created. Instead of 32 teams, there will be 48. That means more matches, more surprises, and more opportunities for smaller nations to make history. But while dozens of countries will dream of glory, only a handful have a realistic chance of winning. History tells us something important. Since 2002, only 4 countries have won the World Cup: Brazil, Italy, Spain, Germany, and Argentina. Notice something? Every winner was already a football powerhouse. The World Cup rarely produces Cinderella stories. Talent, depth, experience, and world-class coaching almost always prevail, which brings us to the favorites. In 2022, Argentina completed one of the greatest stories in sports history. Lionel Messi finally won the World Cup. The image of him lifting the trophy became immortal. But can Argentina do it again? The challenge is obvious. Their golden generation is getting older. Many of the stars who helped win in Qatar will be in their mid to late 30s by 2026. However, Argentina has something incredibly valuable: momentum. Young stars are already emerging. Players like Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez are entering their prime years. And perhaps most importantly, Argentina has developed a winning culture. But repeating as champions is one of the hardest achievements in sports. The last nation to successfully defend a World Cup title was Brazil over 60 years ago. History is not on Argentina's side. If one team looks built for 2026, it's France. Think about it. They won the World Cup in 2018, reached the final in 2022, and their squad is loaded with young talent. At the center of everything is Kylian Mbappé. By 2026, Mbappé will be in his absolute prime. Fast, clinical, experienced, and already one of football's greatest players. But France's strength goes beyond one superstar. Their depth is frightening. Every position is filled with elite talent. Injuries that would destroy other teams barely slow France down. That's why many analysts already consider them the tournament favorites. If football were played on paper, France might already have one hand on the trophy. But football isn't played on paper, and that's where things get interesting. Every World Cup, England fans believe, and every World Cup, heartbreak follows. It's become a tradition, but this time might be different. England possesses one of the most talented squads in the world. Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Declan Rice, and several more world-class players. By 2026, many of these stars will be entering their peak years. For decades, England's problem wasn't talent, it was pressure, the expectations, the weight of history, the fear of failure. If England can finally overcome those psychological barriers, they have enough quality to beat anyone. The question is whether they can handle the biggest moments. Whenever people discuss World Cup favorites, one country always appears: Brazil, the most successful nation in football history, 5 World Cups, countless legends, and a football culture unlike anywhere else on Earth. Despite recent disappointments, writing off Brazil is dangerous. Every generation seems to produce another wave of elite players. The yellow jersey carries an aura, an expectation, a belief that no matter what happens, Brazil will eventually rise again. Many fans feel that 2026 could be that moment. A return to the top after years of frustration. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: never bet against Brazil for too long. But every World Cup creates surprises, and 2026 will be no different. Teams like Portugal, Spain, Germany, and the Netherlands all have the potential to make deep runs. Portugal possesses incredible attacking talent. Spain continues producing world-class midfielders. Germany is always dangerous when people stop believing in them, and the Netherlands consistently find ways to compete with the best. Then there are the true outsiders, the nations nobody expects, the teams capable of shocking the world, because football's greatest matches magic lies in its unpredictability. One red card, one injury, one penalty shootout, and everything changes. After looking at the talent, the statistics, the squad depth, the age profiles, and recent performances, one team consistently rises to the top: France. They have arguably the deepest squad in international football, a team so loaded with talent that many of their substitutes would start for other World Cup contenders. In attack, they possess one of the most dangerous players the sport has ever seen, Kylian Mbappé. By 2026, he'll be 27 years old, the age many football analysts consider a player's absolute peak. Fast enough to outrun defenders, experienced enough to read the game, and ruthless enough to change a match in a single moment. But France's advantage isn't just Mbappé, it's the machine they've built around him. For nearly a decade, France has consistently produced elite players at an incredible rate. Every tournament, a new generation emerges. Every tournament, new stars are ready to step in. And that's exactly what wins World Cups: depth. Because the World Cup isn't won in one match, it's won over 7 exhausting games. Injuries happen, suspensions happen, unexpected moments happen, and when they do, depth becomes everything. But despite all of that, football has never followed the script. If history teaches us anything, it's that predictions are often wrong. In 2014, nobody expected Germany to destroy Brazil 7-1. In 2018, few people predicted Croatia would reach the final. In 2022, Morocco became the first African nation to reach a World Cup semi-final. Every tournament creates a story nobody saw coming, and that's what makes predicting the winner so difficult. Because while France may have the highest probability is not certainty. Argentina still has the heart of a champion. England possesses perhaps the strongest generation in decades. Brazil carries the weight and pride of football history. Spain continues to rebuild one of the world's most dangerous systems. Portugal may have more talent than ever before. And somewhere among the dozens of nations preparing for 2026, a surprise contender is quietly waiting. A team capable of changing everything. That's the beauty of the World Cup. The best team doesn't always win. The team that performs in the biggest moments does. One magical run, one unforgettable goal, one penalty shootout, and history changes forever. If we had to make a prediction today, France would be the favorite. But the gap between the favorites and the challengers may be smaller than people realize. And by the time the tournament begins, everything could be different. In 4 years, billions of people will tune in, heroes will emerge, dreams will be shattered, and one nation will stand above the rest. Maybe it's France, maybe it's Argentina, maybe it's Brazil, or maybe a new champion will shock the world. But until the first whistle blows in 2026, nobody truly knows. And that's exactly why we'll all be watching. Who do you think will win the FIFA World Cup 2026? Let us know in the comments below.